Johnny singing you the national anthem ahead of the 2019 South W Statewide Super Women's.
Kick straight, they could potentially get over the line, but I'm going to go with South.
And John Nankerville, your tip?
Yeah, I'm with Rachel as well. South Adelaide for mine, a fresher side, a slightly smoother, cleaner side for me too. The Panthers, I think they'll get the job done tonight, but North will fight them all of the way. It will not be an easy game.
Well, I'm the odd one out. I'm going to go the Roosters in somewhat of an upset. The umpire holds the footy aloft. We're underway in the grand final, and your first caller is John Nankerville.
McKinnon got a pretty decisive tap at the end of the day. Head down over the football. Little handball came out from Perry towards Davies. She barrels it inside 50 for North. Almost the mark completed on that occasion, but not quite by Tynan. And as the girls pile in, the umpire says he'll ball it up around about 35-40 out from the Roosters' goal. So they get the early break, as Rachel said. The quick start. McKinnon again, good in the ruck. Von Berto lurking. Ball sort of spills out the back. Kavoris, who's been very good for South this season, gets it over the top to Wright, who goes out wide, looking for Tahu. She couldn't complete the grab. On ground level, working hard there for the Roosters was Howe. South pressuring all the way as the handball came out. Umpire's whistle has gone. He's found a free, and it's on the outer wing, and it's going the way of the South skipper, Buchanan.
So Buchanan into the side this afternoon for the grand final. Will go inside 50. Good body work down there from Kirk, and she's taken a strong mark. No, the umpire's ruined the party for the Panthers and paid in the back. So it'll be a free kick to the Roosters, going the way of Gallio. She'll hand pass off to a teammate, Water. High up and under kick, which might bring the rain we had earlier. Spoiled to ground level. North Adelaide first to the footy. Perry in there for the Roosters, and a whistle's gone. It'll be a free kick for in the back. So good start for North Adelaide, and Britt Perry's been a great inclusion, Rachel Killian, because she's got some AFLW experience, but she's a classy player.
Yeah, she's been very pivotal across half-back in this sort of final series. She's got tremendous hands, reads the ball really well, and unfortunately that kick didn't go probably where she would have liked it.
Straight down the throat of Montana McKinnon. The Panthers will go inside attacking 50 though. Ellis there for the Roosters. Sockers it off the ground to the advantage of Altschwager. The big girl gets down, bends down at her toes. The hand pass looking for the skipper or co-captain in Von Berto. The Panthers though will go back inside 50. Good battle with Gallio and Kirk out there on the outer side forward pocket. A lot of aerial ping-pong in there for the Roosters was Howe. She can't quite pick it up cleanly. Sockers off the ground. Gives it to the Von Berto, and the Roosters are away.
High kick from Von Berto towards half forward. Almost the mark down there to the Roosters, but Jarvis was good for South, pressuring all the way. And the ball is out. Left half forward for North. Right half back for the Panthers. North kicking to the Southern or primary school end. Early days of the statewide Super Sandful W League Grand Final for 2019. Perry tackled strongly by opposite number 19 there, and McKinnon got a handball out. No one can get clean touch on the footy yet. A chance for Altschwager. Goes backwards to Ellis on that outer wing. She bangs it on the boot, but it's all the Panthers, and Hammond takes a good grab at half back. She kicks down the outer wing, searching for and finding Buchanan, and the Panthers get it going now. Long kick, Campbell lurking, couldn't quite complete the mark. There's Tahu, picks up the loose footy. Her kick was smothered. Goes in for another opportunity. Kavoris got it back. Buchanan again, high kick inside 50. Bouncing football, eluded everybody. A chance for the Roosters to clear now through Daniel. Nice little chip kick. Bootlace level for Altschwager. She was up to it. Got it off to Daniel. The Roosters are away now through Von Berto.
So Von Berto, her kick partially along the ground into the middle of ACH Group Stadium. Numbers there for North. She'll follow up, does Von Berto. Here's the voice of a teammate on the outer side in Reynolds. Hand pass a little sloppy. North's under a bit of pressure. Good forward tackling from the Panthers. The high up and under kick came from the Roosters. Ellis. Bit of collision there between Von Berto and the Panthers player Copley. Ball on centre wing outer side. Good work out there by the South Adelaide player in Hammond. Takes it, kicks it around the body, looking for a lead-up player at half forward. Kavoris crumbs it nicely. Her kick partially smothered. Ricochets over the boundary line. So Rachel Killian, despite the slippery conditions, we've seen a pretty good skill level from both sides early days.
Yeah, we have. Probably just noticing a little bit with North Adelaide, maybe a little bit of grand final nerves, kicking it straight to the opposition, but they're doing really well to really try and push that ball and get it out of their back 50, but South are providing plenty of pressure around the midfield there. 4
minutes gone first term. Your caller, John Nankerville.
Ball still at half forward for the Panthers. McKinnon had it, tackled to ground. Got a little kick, goes out of play. I don't think that one was touched. So it will be a free kick to the Roosters through Perry. At half-back, she pops this one up in the air. Gore under it, couldn't quite complete it. Covered nicely, though, in the end. High kick back towards half-forward. South 2-on-1 in the contest. No one could take it cleanly, though. At ground level again, Perry comes through for the Roosters. Shuffled it out. Right for South Adelaide. Banged it on the boot. And again, players struggling for clean possession at ground level. North go off the ground, hoping to clear the area. Von Berto in front position, pressured by Brockhurst. Got the handball to Daniel. Daniel's quick kick to half forward, but Smith takes a good relieving mark at half back for the Panthers.
So 5 minutes gone, neither side yet to score. Grand final 2019 statewide Super Women's League. And it's Jaslyn Smith who'll kick to centre wing on that outer side. Her pass looking for a teammate out there in the avenue of Copley. She couldn't take it. Soccers off the ground to the advantage of a teammate out there. Front position Charlton. Was she able to keep it in? No. Last possession free, or was it touch? Well done by Charlton. She's managed to cause the boundary throw in. So players will reset. 5.5 minutes gone. First term. Phil Aspinall, John Nankerville and Rachel Killian, your digital pass commentary team. Ball tossed back into play. Front position Kavoura's coming, the South Adelaide player McKinnon. Free kick has been found, kicking in danger the way of the Panthers, and it is going to go to the aforementioned Kavouris. She's a very talented player, is Xenia. Made herself in the Advertiser Team of the Week presentation during the Team of the Year, during the Rachel, where yourself and I attended. It was a good night, and we'll have some highlights of that throughout the coverage.
Yeah, it was a wonderful night, and we saw Naj Allen take out the best and fairest for the league. And quite a few of the Sandful and North Adelaide girls did feature in the top 10. Yeah, we've got 9 of the girls from the two sides out there that featured in that Team of the Year. As an intercept mark from Ward for North Adelaide was good, but then she's turned it over and kicked it to centre wing on the outer side. Ball must have been touched off the boot. So we'll have a boundary throw in on that outer side here at ACH Group Stadium. 6.5 gone, neither side yet to score.
So, still early days. But it's fair to say both sides have been pretty even in terms of the pushing towards 50, but not really getting much traction once they get inside. McKinnon's been good in the ruck. She won that. Free kick at ground level. Again, it's going to go the way of Perry for North Adelaide, who's been very busy early stages. She goes with a high kick towards half forward. Von Berto couldn't quite complete the mark. Ground level coming through. Hammond was good for the Panthers. One of those Team of the Year players there, named on a half-back flank. She looks for Charlton, another one of the Team of the Year players, knocked away from her out of play. And we should see a boundary throw-in as we hit the 7-minute mark of this first term. Your caller, Phil Aspinall.
The ball tossed back into play. McKinnon won the hit out, looking for Kavouris. Good pressure in there from the North Adelaide player in Perry. Ball at ground level. He attempted sock off the ground there from Davies of the Roosters. Couldn't quite get an effective kick on it. Then Hammond goes to ground under some pressure. Coughs the footy up. Von Berto, the co-captain, gets a hand pass of sorts out to Clark. Her kick partially smothered. Dispossessed in the tackle for the Panthers was Copley. Good pressure again in there from North Adelaide's Clark. Diving in over the top of the footy was the Roosters. Kavouris gets a quick kick off the ground. Then sockered there by Howson. She's looking for a teammate out there in McKinnon. The whistle's gone. It'll be a free kick going the way of the Panthers. And we'll go to Nikki Gore. Of course, some AFLW footy with the Crows this year. Picked up at pick 8 last season. Twin sister Amy, a very talented surfer. Nikki Gore, a very talented footballer. And on this occasion, her kick to half forward. Looking out there, a good mark taken by McKinnon. So she's taken a strong mark out there now. Has Montana McKinnon, kicks inside 50. A chance now for the Panthers. Front position there. Good defensive work from Ward of the Roosters. Then jams the boot to ball. Kicks it towards the boundary line. Goes over untouched. So it'll be a free kick to the Panthers. It'll go the way of Tiffany Copley. She's 75 from goal, kicking down towards the northern end.
8.5 gone first term. Still no score on the board. Copley puts the Panthers inside 50. North thump it down. Quick kick from Ellis. And the Roosters a chance to clear here through Von Berto, who along with Perry have been very busy in this first stanza. And here we go. Perry run down. Great work, Kavouris. Wonderful stuff, Xenia Kavouris. And this could be a turning point in this first term. The Panthers need to bang it in quick to their 50. Kavouris' kick, though, high, wide and hands them out of play. And Howe will take the free kick for North Adelaide.
Rachel Killian, we saw the fantastic athletic running ability of Xenia Kavouris with that rundown tackle.
Yeah, she's featured quite a bit in South Adelaide's, I think, sort of best players. She's really been a great pickup for them, and she's a really dominant force in the midfield.
This is a chance for Charlton. Got it from Hawson. Kick inside 50. Working hard there, doing nicely was Kirk. Kick rolled through a few. In the end, though, North Adelaide, Eichner couldn't quite get a clean touch on it. Umpires found a free, and it's going to go the way of Eichner, deep in defence. She approached the 9-minute mark of this first term, and still no score on the board, Rachel. And you get the feeling the first goal here is going to bring great relief to whoever kicks it, and maybe a bit of a spring in the step.
Yeah, I think for South, they've really been pushing that ball forward into the 50, so they'd love to be the team to get the first one. But this is really quite typical of what we've seen the last few weeks against North Adelaide. You know, a lot of the possessions up the end of the ground, but not a lot of conversion. So
as Page socketed forward, Ward couldn't pick it up for North Adelaide. In the end, the ball goes out of play. We have gone just over 10 minutes in this first term. Still no score on the board.
As Rachel alluded to, that inside at 50 advantage for the Panthers, actually 7-1. So the Roosters have only been inside. They're attacking 50 on the one occasion as they'll try and clear from defensive 50. Altschwager got it back from Von Berto, gives it back in that direction. The kick looking for Davies. She hits the footy hard, but well done by the Panthers player out there in Pratt. Socket off the ground to the advantage of a teammate. Pratt might end up getting it again. She does. Throws it on the right boot. Kicks to right half forward. North have some numbers back. Good spoil from Clark at the back. Applying a tackle there that was deemed illegal for the Panthers was Madison Bennett into the side this week after a hamstring issue in previous weeks. Bit of a character by all reports, and Maddie did some commentary with us last season. And the free kick going the way of the Roosters. They've turned the footy over, have they? No, well done by Clark. She got a shepherd from a teammate. She'll follow up her poor executed kick. And right on cue, she's done it again, and it's been intercepted by Montana McKinnon. So the former netballer will kick short, looking for a teammate on the lead, going in the Bennett direction. Good positioning from Eichner. Kavoris there for the Panthers. She'll soccer it off the ground. Good numbers there for South Adelaide. Back in the direction of Gore. She'll kick around the body, looking inside, attacking 50. Couldn't quite take it cleanly. Kirk, through her fingers, she follows up nicely. North's defence desperate. Hailing the taxi down there was the Roosters' defence. And the umpire comes in and says, my footy. We're 30 metres out from the Panthers' goal. Neither side yet to score. 12 minutes gone, first term.
As McKinnon again dominating in the ruck, wins this one down to no real advantage though. Oldswager does some roving. She got it out in the Tynan direction. Hurried kick out towards half back. Did it go out before it was touched? It didn't. Or it did just, and it will be Hammond who comes over. And the bright fluorescent boots to take the free for the Panthers. Bright fluorescent boots, grey day. But hopefully a big day for one of these two sides. Grand final 2019. Sandford W League, and it's Kavoris from 55, a long kick inside 50, off hands. Howard's going to come through for the Roosters, was grabbed when she didn't have it, and she'll get the free kick at ground level. So again, North will repel another inside 50 entry for South Adelaide. They've done that very well today, Rachel. We're talking about the first goal, but take nothing away from how good the North defence have been.
Yeah, their defence is really strong. We have seen that in the past couple of weeks. What I'd probably like to see a little bit more of is, look, all the plays on the other side of the oval. So I think if they can utilise the space a little bit more, you know, both teams, they might be able to get a little bit more of that sort of free play and a little bit more of that, possession.
As there might be a chance for the Panthers. They went inside 50 again. It looked like Eichner would clear. She was wonderfully well tackled by McKinnon, and probably close to South's best in this first term. Montana McKinnon been wonderful in the ruck. Kick not great on that occasion. So that's a task to say the least down there for Buchanan. McKinnon comes in, good second effort, knocks it out towards Charlton, who we know can kick a goal, though she won't be doing it from there. Out of bounds at about 50 for the Panthers. Still no score on the board in the statewide Sandford W League Grand Final. And we've gone about 13 and a half in this first term.
Remember, in quarters, 17-minute flat terms in the Sandford W as Ellis takes the free kick from the back pocket for the Roosters. She'll clear to centre wing, but it's going to come back inside 50 for South. Sitting under the footy there, the Panthers forward in Craft. Couldn't take it through her fingers. Good forward defensive pressure from Bennett. She applies a tackle on her Roosters opponent, and the umpire calls for a footy and says it will be my ball. Sarah Ellis getting up the bottom of the pack for the Roosters as the umpire throws the footy aloft. Altschwager and McKinnon athletically. McKinnon comes from over the top. In there also for the Panthers again was Bennett. She applies another tackle. Spills out in the direction there of Charlton. She couldn't get boot to ball. Ricochets in the direction of Eichner. She stands up strongly for the Roosters defence. Kicks to centre wing on that outer side. Good attack on the footy from the Panther player in Sampson. She gets around her would-be tackler. A chance for North to go forward. First to the footy. It spills out the back there through the hands of Grogowski, but well done in there also from Baltrop. Big hip and shoulder there from her on her South Adelaide opponent in Pratt. Diving on the footy there was the Roosters player in Ward. And we'll have a ball up at half forward. In fact, it was Nuns and Rachel Killian. Great body work from both girls there.
I love watching Baltrop play. She always looks dangerous when she's around the ball. She just knows how to protect the space and really, in that case, cause a stoppage. But I'd hope that we can get the ball in her hands a little bit more as the game progresses, and because she's an exciting player to watch.
Of course, the competition's leading goal kicker as well, the former Adelaide United W goalkeeper. South's defensive cleared to centre wing on that outer side. Ball at ground level. Eichner does well to follow up again for the Roosters, but the Powerade breakthrough player of the season, Charlton, does equally as well for South. A kick to half forward. Good body work there from Ellis. She applies a shepherd for a teammate, but intercepting there for the Panthers, McKinnon. Inside 50, looking for Kraft. She couldn't take it. Good spoil Ward. Socket off the ground by Howe. Daniel just overruns the footy. A pass cleared there for Howe. Good shepherd by the teammate out there in Reynolds. She couldn't take it. Eichner lets the footy go behind. It's holding the ball. The free's going to go the way of the Roosters, and it will go to the defensive player down there at half-back in Fittridge, who clears to centre wing outer side.
Fittridge, the former Glenelg player, out to the outer side, off hands. Jarvis sends it back to half forward. Trainers moving very quickly as Daniel to clear the way, kicks towards half forward. Good grab, Castle. No, free the Panthers. Wright will take it, half back. She comes towards the middle, getting caught behind Campbell. Spoiled Willis, knocked it down to Gore. Gave off to Howson. Howson's kick good. Brown, the former Nord player's got it. Handball's over the top to Page. Goal coming up the Panthers. Tamara Page kicks the first goal of the Sandford W statewide Super Grand Final. That goal thanks to Balfour's, baking people happy since 1853. It's probably going to be the last play of the game, of the quarter, should I say, Rachel, and what a good play it was.
Yeah, that was tremendous. They managed to find the space, and good composure with pretty heavy defence chasing down Page in that instance.
She got a lucky bounce as well, going to the right and registering the first score of the 2019 Sandford W statewide Women's League Grand Final. Of course, that sponsor again, Balfour's, great sponsors of the Sandford W competition. So a good start there for South Adelaide as the quarter time siren does sound. An entertaining first term, 17-minute flat quarters, as I said, and those scores will remain. South Adelaide 1 straight 6, North Adelaide yet to register a score. Of course, the goal kicker very late there in the opening term, Tamara Page for the Panthers. As we mentioned there, the goal scorer in Page. Quarter time, as I said, South Adelaide 1 straight 6, North Adelaide yet to score. And Rachel Killian, really an entertaining game, low scoring but a real dour arm struggle. And she just led the competition by far with possession. So congratulations again to Najwa Allen winning the best and fairest of the women's competition. Well, here at ACH Group Stadium, it is the grand final. We're not far away from the second term resuming. We have quarter time scores: South 1 straight 6, North Adelaide yet to score. Phil Aspinall, John Nankiville and Rachel Killian, your commentary team. As the umpire holds the footy aloft, we'll get underway in this second term, and your first caller is John Nankiville.
McKinnon against Oldswager. Oldswager wins this one as Perry head over the footy. Got a fair few touches early. Tackled to ground by Campbell. Ball, South Adelaide scream. And ball they will get as Castle hands it back to Campbell, the former Norwood player at centre-half back now for the Panthers. Just assessing her options. Good to see the sun poking out from behind some of the grey clouds we saw earlier. Ball over the head of McKinnon, trapped nicely by Tahu, shrugs the tackle off well, handballs in front, runs on, picks up and kicks a fantastic goal. Inzi Tahu to start the second quarter for South Adelaide. And that goal, of course, is thanks to Balfour's making us all very happy since 1853, and that goal would make any football purist happy there, Rachel. Great effort from Indy Tahu.
Look, I think the coach in Rick Watts was pretty happy with that start. Yeah, look, fantastic pace, and she really broke away to get that first goal for South Adelaide.
An amazing finish from Indy there, one of the highlights of the game so far. The girl from Happy Valley, of course, originally from a background of rugby in New Zealand, and 9 disposals, 9 hitouts in the second semi-final a fortnight ago. So the Panthers off to a fast start in this second term. We're back in the middle. McKinnon with a clear hit out down to Gore, who got the clearance away. Good body collision in there from McKinnon and Von Berto. Von Berto follows up on hands and knees. Should get a free kick for in the back. Diving in over the top, a little overzealous was the South Adelaide player in Munyard. So Nadia Von Berto, co-captain of the Roosters, the standalone captain of the Advertiser Team of the Year, announced earlier in the week. We'll bring you those highlights of that later on in the coverage. As the ball's to half forward for North Adelaide, they'll be really keen to get that answering goal back. Umpires called for a stoppage at half forward left. Kat Reynolds, veteran of Sanford women's footy in South Australia, gives the footy back to the umpire. So Altschwager and McKinnon, it's been a fantastic battle. Ball spills in the direction there of the Panthers player Munyard. She couldn't take it cleanly. South try and clear it defensively, but numbers there should win out for the Roosters. Paige Allen with a nice handball, releases Von Berto. She's a little fumbly there. Good shepherd in the end from a teammate in Perry. Spills back out in the direction of Allen. She'll jam it on the right boot inside 50, looking for her teammate in Daniel. She couldn't take it cleanly. Good defensive work from the Panthers through the fingers of McKinnon. She does well to follow up. Clean disposal. Picks up the ball nicely, then kicks towards centre wing broadcast side. Numbers there should win out for the Panthers. Tahu, the goal kicker, gives it off to the skipper for the Panthers in Buchanan. She'll go to half forward looking for Kirk. Gets back up to her feet. Good work defensively from Gallio. Gives it back now to her teammate. Intercepted there, though, by the Panthers player in Charlton. She tries to break away from the tackle. Hand pass goes back out in the direction of Tahu. She then gets a hand pass out to her teammate Page. Kicks around the body through for a minor score. So a rush behind there, the first point on the contest. South go to 2-1-13. North yet to score. We've travelled 3 minutes in the second term.
South just starting to look a little bit dominant early stages of this second quarter. We saw the goal there to Tahu to back up the first goal of the game late in the first term to Page. And South looking good when they go inside 50 as Howe's kick marked by Oldswager at defensive 50. Goes with the left foot towards the outer wing. Bouncing ball, Kavoris couldn't handle it. North a chance now. Umpire's seen something he didn't like. It's a free coming back here to the Panthers. Hopping up Davies will take it. High kick back towards the outer wing. Copley there with Greet. Neither could pick it up. Smith socket for the line. Found touch, but in the process, free kick going the way of North as it wasn't touched, and it will be taken by Erica Greet out there on the outer wing. So Greet drives this footy towards half forward North in need of a goal. Again, Smith solid in defence, knocking it to the line for a throw in. About 55 round from the Roosters goal. 4 minutes gone, second term. On the Red Arc Solutions scoreboard, it's the Panthers 2 straight 12. North yet to score. Ball in dispute. Coming through Von Berto, who's been good for the Roosters. Couldn't take it cleanly. Greek got it up there towards Davies. And now Von Berto. Quick kick inside 50. A good one, and Castle marks. 40 out. Slight angle. Doesn't want to have the shot. Christy Castle decides to go with the handball. Going to get it back in the 1-2. Bangs it on the boot now. Wobbly ball caught behind Sampson. McKinnon in front. Daniel as well. Did Daniel pull down the mark? She did. So the Roosters now get their first chance for goal. 5 minutes into this second term, and it's going to be Lauren Daniel lining up for North Adelaide's first. An important kick in the context of the game. She wastes no time and kicks the goal, does Daniel. So the Roosters get their first goal, bring the margin back to 6 points on the Red Arc Solutions scoreboard. That goal thanks to Bremerton Wines there for North Adelaide. And of course, Bremerton Wines, it's our life, but a good goal to North Adelaide, to Daniel there in the end. And I guess for North Adelaide, just getting back to within 6 points now. Rachel just stems that flow. We were talking about South starting to get away.
Yeah, it was a good response by North Adelaide there. South were looking like they were getting a lot of clean possession, probably in that first sort of 5 minutes. So to see North respond in that way was really wonderful.
So 5.5 gone second term, but back in the middle. McKinnon again with a clear, decisive hit out against her opposing ruckman in Howe. Ball soccred to half forward right, though. First there for the Panthers, or rather the Roosters, was Davies. She soccers it back off the ground in the direction there of a teammate in Von Berto. Goes hard up against the line. A bit of impact in the back there from her opponent in Sarah Wright. And the umpire's going to throw the footy back into play. So we're 55, 60 metres from the Roosters' goal. They're kicking to the northern end. They trail 2-1-13. North Adelaide, 1 straight 6. 2019 Statewide Super Women's League Samford W Grand Final. And the Panthers on this occasion through the captain out there on the outer side in Buchanan. Kicks towards centre wing. Takes the mark, plays on quickly. The ball towards half forward. Tahu does do some good defensive work. Bennett soccers it off the ground. Left forward pocket. Trickles towards the boundary line. She follows up her efforts. A good attempt to keep it in play. But it just goes over the boundary line underneath the time clock. Shows we've gone 6.5 minutes. And the ball will be tossed back into play. Down there in the left forward pocket at the primary school or southern end of ACH Group Stadium. Grand final action. Phil Aspinall, John Nankerville, Rachel Killian, your commentary team. A chance for the Roosters to clear. Good work from Howe. Gets it back to their goal kicker in Daniel. She kicks around the body towards half back. Looking there for a teammate in Clark. But South have numbers. They should win out. First to the footy there was the Panthers player Copley. She was dispossessed in the tackle. Diving in Clark for the Roosters. Does well to force the stoppage. Kavouris in there as well on hands and knees. Gets a hand pass out in the end. Hard up against the line. And trickles over said line. So a boundary throw in. Centre wing, or left half forward rather, on that outer side at South. 2-1-13. North Adelaide 1 straight 6. You're with John Nankerville.
As the footy spins back into play, McKinnon versus Willis in the ruck. McKinnon won it down. Kavouris gets the kick inside 50. Tahu, Ward pressuring her all the way. Tahu knocked it out. Ellis kicked it back. And now Buchanan there goes right to the line with Clark, and they see the ball over for a throw-in. Just inside 50 for the South Adelaide side. See some North fans out there under the statewide Super banner, watching intently to see if the Roosters can win their first Sandford W premiership. As Copley tries to hook it back, knocked down, off hands close to the line, will go through for a rush behind. South 2-2-14, 8 points they lead the Roosters, 1 straight 6 on the Red Arc Solutions scoreboard, 8 gone second term.
As the Roosters will take the kick out now from the fullback square, and it is the player in Kendall Howell goes to that outer side looking for a teammate out there. South should win out with numbers. Good pressure in there from Leah Tynan for North. Still hard up against the line. Spills over for a boundary throw. And right where the paint of 50 joins the boundary. And Rachel Killian, it must be said, a pretty healthy crowd stuck around after the men's game. Plenty of numbers here to support the women, and it's really good to see for the grand final.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see. Usually there's a good turnout for grand finals, and it does look like there's still a few sort of Glenelg supporters around. So, yeah, wonderful atmosphere for the girls today. Chance
for South inside attacking 50. The attempted soccer off the ground came from the Panthers player in Page. She couldn't quite get it back to the goal face, through for a minor score. So the Panthers, they're continuing to pepper the goal face. They're 2-3-15. North Adelaide 1 straight 6. We've travelled 9 minutes in the second term of this grand final here at ACH Group Stadium.
About halfway through the quarter as Howe loads up, kicks out towards the outer wing, or outer half back should I say, but McKinnon was very strong with the mark. She can put the Panthers right back inside 50. Page in front position over everyone's heads. Ball at the back. Ellis would be wise to head for the line. She does. And the throw-in will result. Left forward pocket for South Adelaide. Clock continues to tick. 9-point lead to the Panthers. On the Red Arc Solutions scoreboard, Tahu in the ruck couldn't take it. Good tackle, though, on her North Adelaide opponent in Tynan. No, the umpire didn't like what he saw, and so Tynan will get the free. Deep in defence for North Adelaide. Need to get something moving. Eichner loose. If Tynan wants her in short, ignores that. Goes with a left foot kick out towards half back. Nearly a mark to Willis. Couldn't quite bring it down. Little handball came out towards Campbell. Campbell now on the left boot. High kick, long kick. Skews away though, out of play. And a free kick going the way of North Adelaide. As that wasn't exactly helpful for young Ward. Came to get the ball and the bloke threw it 10 metres over her head in the other direction. As we quick time check, we see 10.5 gone second term. 9-point lead on the Red Arc Solutions scoreboard to the Panthers.
Amber Ward will take the kick in for the Roosters. There's Nicole Campbell, the Panthers player, former Norwood player. Very impressive player throughout the course of the season, as the kick out has been marked on the outer side half-back flank for North Adelaide. Through the play there in Adrian Davies. She'll kick towards centre wing. Good spoil over the top there from the Roosters player in Sampson. We'll have a boundary throw in. In between half forward and centre wing on that outer side. 2-3-15. South, the Panthers, they're leading in the grand final. North Adelaide 1 straight 6. Ball hurled back into play. Front position there, winning the ruck. Hit out was McKinnon. Taken though in the first clearance, Reynolds. Her kick was partially affected by a tackle. Sliding in for the Panthers was Hawson. Ball spills out in the Kavoris direction. She tries to thread a hand pass through. It was only as far as Von Berto, who ended up getting a disposal of sorts away. Good spoil defensively from Sampson for the Roosters. A chance for them to go forward again. Also there for the Panthers, though, mopping up nicely defensively was the player in Smith. She couldn't quite take it cleanly. Ball spills now in the Castle direction, uses her body well, gets it back in the direction of a teammate in Nuns. A chance for North Adelaide, but South's defence repel. Comes towards centre wing, a good one-on-one with Ellis and Bennett. Good one-on-one footy for the grand final. Great work in there from the Panthers player in Tahu. She'll kick it towards half forward, looking for a teammate Kraft. Numbers should win out for the Panthers. They'll go forward again through Tahu. A good tackle though from the Roosters player in Howe. Ball inside 50. The fleet-footed Bennett tries to pick it up. Soccers it to her own advantage. Coming through with a swift boot at ball was Fittridge for the Roosters. And at the arc of 50, we'll have another stoppage. She was like a bull at a gate there, wasn't she, Alex Fittridge, Rachel? And she's got a soccer background. She just tried the mid-air hack. Yeah,
she does have a soccer background. Probably thought she could try and clear it out. But as we see now, North, they're doing quite well defensively.
They certainly are, as again, they come up with a quick kick inside from Brockhurst. But Colley on this occasion up to the task, takes a good mark for North Adelaide, brings it out wide here. Charlton was in best position. In the end, it was well crumbed by Tahu, but again, North with the saving mark in defence. As they work it back to Colley. Still in that left back pocket. That was Gallio who gave it to her. Jess Kirk standing the mark. Colley, another former Norwood player. A few of them out there today. Drives towards defensive 50 through the fingertips of Oldswager. Good use of the body there by Castle. Threw herself in strongly. Tahu knocked it out. Little handball over the top there from Munyard. Close to the line. It goes over. Various opinions on what should happen. It's going to be a free kick to the Panthers, I feel. And Munyard will take it.
Yeah, it was really clever from Tahu, John. She just tapped it back into the foot of her North opponent, and South reaped the benefits.
And Munyard goes short and finds Charlton. The couple in South semi-final win over Norwood. She squares this one up, and coming through from the side, taking a good relieving mark for North, is Davies.
For Davies, 20 out from defensive goal. North would love to get another goal. They'll kick towards centre wing on the outer side. Numbers should win out for the Panthers. Brockhurst there applying a shepherd for a teammate, but well done by the North Adelaide player just to create a contest there in Britt Perry. She forces the stoppage. The umpire comes in and says, my footy. And Maddie Slade, the coach of the Roosters, would be very happy with that effort. Rachel Killian, because she was certainly outnumbered, was Britt. Yeah, she was. Again, another player that knows when to sort of hold the ball up and wait for more numbers around the ball. So the ball touched off the boot. The kick from Gore to half forward there for the Panthers. Well done by the North Adelaide player in Fittridge. She couldn't take it cleanly though. The hand pass came out from the Panthers' Munyard. Goes in the direction now of a teammate out there in Hammond. She couldn't quite get a disposal clean to a teammate. A good tackle from the Panthers player in Charlton. The breakthrough player, Powerade 2019 player. Now North with a chance though. The hand pass releases Paige Allen. She puts the afterburners on, kicks to half forward. The intercept mark not taken, but a free kick will be paid to South Adelaide. A push in the back. And it was a really good defensive effort from the Panthers. So 14.5, 15 gone in the second term. South 2-3-15. North Adelaide 1 straight 6. A 9-point ball game in favour of South as the kick to centre wing, looking for McKinnon. Good spoil, Altschwager. Perry with a clean pickup. Jams it on the boot, but numbers are back for South. And the relieving mark taken there by the Panthers player in Smith. And she'll relieve to half-back in the middle of ACH Group Stadium.
So Smith got it off nicely in the end there to right, to Brockhurst. The defenders combining well. Getting in the way was Ward for North Adelaide, who sent it back to whence it came. Chance now for Brown, shoveled it out, did well. Bennett, quick kick back inside 50. Kirk there, got rid of her opponent. Kraft hit over the footy. North defence desperate at ground level. Came out the back towards Bennett. She gets it back there in the direction of a teammate. Long kick, top of the goal square. Kirk got sandwiched between a group of about 3 North players. Desperate tackle by Charlton, and Kirk holds the ball in their zone 10 metres out from the Panther goal and keeps things alive as we have under a minute to play in this first half. From the restart, North looking to clear. Buchanan good with the tackle. Keeps the ball in the zone. And the ball up will result. Oldswag got up high, but straight out of the ruck, straight on the boot. Tahu kicks her second. And that was a great goal by Tahu. Grabbed it out the ruck in the contest against Oldswager. Banged it on the boot for her second. South 3-3-21. North 1 straight 6 on the Red Arc Solutions scoreboard. Once again, South have got the final goal of the quarter as we've got just under 20 seconds to go. But Rachel, South finishing this first half in a dominant fashion.
Yeah, look, Indy Tahu, she really made something out of nothing there. Yeah, South have done pretty well to get a few goals on the board. You could just see South Adelaide coaches running down now, just as the siren goes.
So an entertaining first half of footy and great timing, something out of nothing, as Rachel Killian summed up perfectly from Indy Tahu. So those halftime scores will remain South 3-3-21, North Adelaide 1 straight 6. It is the Panthers leading by 15 points. Those scores thanks to Red Arc Electronics, as John mentioned earlier. Goal kickers for the 2 respective sides. We start off with South Adelaide, 2 to Tahu, as we said, and a single there to Tamara Page, the first goal kicker of the contest. And those scores, here are the goal kickers, as we said. Panthers joint major partner Tomorrow Solutions today for South Adelaide. The goal kicker there for the Roosters is Lauren Daniel. Thanks to Copywell Toshiba, all your multi-function printers, network solutions and more. Copywell Toshiba, a great sponsor there of North Adelaide. So it was the Panthers by 6 points at the first change. It is the Panthers leading 3-3-21 to North Adelaide 1 straight 6.
We're coming for ya. We're coming for ya. And everybody's gonna know. We're coming for ya. We're coming for ya. And everybody's gonna know.
Hi everyone, Jake Sumnerton here.
Hey South fans, Matt Broadbent here. I hope everyone's doing really well and staying healthy and safe.
We'd like to say thank you to all the members who have continued to support us through purchasing their memberships, merchandise and also donating to the Fight On Forever Fund.
As you may be aware, the players have decided to play for the love of the game. That doesn't mean the club is out of the woods. We really do still rely on your support.
To anyone who is in the position to still contribute, that would be greatly appreciated. All you have to do is click on the link provided on the post for the Fight On Forever Fund. Any donations over $2 are tax deductible.
Thanks for showing that you're South proud
We hope that you and your family continue to be safe
through this period, and we can't wait to see you soon.
Key forwards into the game.
Both sides starting with the 4 on the bench, so healthy list to pick from. And down at ground level we see Maddie Slade from the Roosters coaching from ground level, while Rick Watts is up in the Glenelg coach's box, which is just 2 or 3 metres to our left. But the second half underway. The umpire holds the ball aloft, and your first caller is John Nankerville.
As Oldswager for North, McKinnon for South. Oldswager was good on that occasion. Coming through, going off the ground, the sole goal scorer for North, Daniel, towards half forward, Sampson. Can she trap it? She can. Jarvis shuts her down, but Sampson gets a handball out. Again, Daniel off the ground. Smith jostled off it. Hammond comes in for some support. Willing early in this second half. And the umpire has seen enough. And he wants to get involved and balled up about 35 out from the Rooster goal. McKinnon high in the ruck there against Bowtrop, won it down. Reynolds sharked it nicely. Flying shot on goal away to the left. First behind for North, first score of the second half. The Roosters push the gap to 14 points. South still in control.
So 1 minute gone in this second half. And it will be the Panthers to bring the footy back in. It looks as though it's Brockhurst with the ball. She'll come to this broadcast side. A long, nice drop punt kick looking for a teammate, McKinnon. Great mark in the outstretched fingers from Montana. So McKinnon takes a strong mark for South at half-back. She'll kick down to centre wing. Has a teammate sliding in there. Couldn't quite take it, Campbell. Ricochets back in the direction, though, of a teammate in Gore. And then it's back now with the South Adelaide player in Munyard. Handball over the top. Didn't quite find her teammate in Campbell. Intercepting nicely for North Adelaide was the co-captain, Von Berto. But a kick back inside, attacking 50. Has been turned over nicely by Jaslyn Smith. So Smith now, she'll switch to that outer side back pocket, looking for and finding a teammate. Hammond steps around the would-be tackler in Davies really well. And Hammond, last year's best on ground in the grand final, kicking towards her teammate in Charlton. And couldn't quite find her. So an opportunity now for North to come back inside, attacking 50 through Howe. Last possession free kick for her. She finds Tynan, one of the co-captains. Premiership player at Greenacres and a veteran of Samford W footy. That very unique kicking action. Kicks it inside 50 through the outstretched fingers there of Smith for South Adelaide. Comes back in the Daniel direction, but Smith gets it again. And it will come back inside 50. You would think, no, it stays in play. Well done by Charlton. She does well to keep it in. Looking there for a captain out there for the Panthers in Buchanan. Gives it to Kavoris. Steps around the would-be tackler. But her kick straight down the throat of an opponent. And it's marked at half-back there by Sarah Ellis for the Roosters.
So Ellis, left half-back, chips towards the outer wing. And North just working it round. Have started this third quarter quite strongly as they go back towards half forward. At the back, Hammond there, ricocheted off her boot. Knocked back towards her. Sampson picked it up in the end for North, but ran out of room. And the throw-in will result. You see a South player down there on her haunches. I think she might have took a knock as that ball came in front of the pack.
Looks like Elka Jarvis, John.
I think it is number 44 as Altswager won it down in the ruck. Gore had it, tackled, had an airy, and now tackled strongly again. And the umpire charges in, ball it up. Gore picks herself up, ready to fight another battle. Again, Altswager, a big, strong presence in the ruck early in the second half. Chance for Castle, bangs it on the boot towards the goals. Front position knocked away there from Baltrop, taken by Smith, who clears into the back pocket where the good mark is taken down there by Jarvis. She's recovered, good to see. Goes out towards halfback. Altswager spoiled strongly. Kavoris close to the line, and over it goes for a throw-in. And we talk about the good work by North defence, repelling a lot of South's attack, but South defence pretty strong too when they've had the opportunities to showcase their stuff, as Altswager won it down Reynolds off the ground. Taken nicely there by Von Berto, kicks it back inside, 50 for North. Chance now for South though to clear. They come out to defence, but a good mark there by Fittridge on her knees. 4 minutes gone, third term. North trailing by 14 points. Fittridge bangs them back, looking for Baltrop. Interfered with her opponent then on that occasion. And Grzeski will take the free kick fullback goal square for the Panthers.
So Grzeski kicks it now to that outer side, looking out there for Kavoris. Good attempted spoil there by Davies as the rain starts to fall here at ACH Group Stadium. It is the Panthers leading by 13 points rather, as we've travelled in this third term, 4.5 minutes. Going now towards the arc of 50. Well done by Tynan for North Adelaide. Gives it back to Kat Reynolds. She'll find that left boot. Put it inside 50. Over the outstretched fingers of the Panthers defenders there. Also for North Adelaide was Sampson. She couldn't get to her South opponent. Coming through nicely was the skipper of the Panthers in Buchanan. And her kick, though, it's high up and under. South have turned it over. Mark there from Howe. So North will go inside 50 again. Bounced off the chest there of Jarvis for South Adelaide. North trying to get a quick soccer off the ground. Well done by Davies. It spills now in the direction, though, of Grzeski. She did well and got a hand pass out in the end and found a teammate. Looked to be Campbell coming now towards this broadcast side. North should get there first. Davies with a hand pass. In fact, it was Allen over the top looking there for her teammate Willis. She needs to be clean. Gets it back there to Tynan. Snap around the body. A bouncing ball. Desperately touched on the last line by Grzeski. Great effort to spoil the ball through for a minor score for North. They are 1-2-8, South 3-3-21, and desperate defence there from the Panthers, Rachel.
Yeah, we've seen Panthers have really held up quite well with that sort of press from North Adelaide in this sort of opening 10 minutes. North have been really quite dominant in this quarter. Probably seen that little bit of shift of momentum, but yeah, at this stage they still haven't managed to convert in their forward 50, and I think that's a great credit to the South Adelaide defence.
As McKinnon takes a good mark, comes back towards half-back for the Panthers, over everyone's head, picked up by Reynolds, puts North back to whence they came, but a good saving mark by Jarvis. Took a knock earlier in the term, but she looks to be good now. Gets it out there towards half-back. Copley's got it. Hands off to Hammond. Lights are on here at the Bay. Second half of the 2019 Sandford W Statewide Super Grand Final. It's Charlton.
Cheating rain falling down now, John.
It is indeed, as Kavoris back towards Charlton. Goes out wide to Gore. Here go the Panthers. They push towards half forward. In front, but spoiled on that occasion there was Tahu. Howson was good, got it to Kavoris. To Buchanan, tackled, holding the ball, the cry.
Great tackle.
And North will take the free at defensive 50 as Perry, the tackler on that occasion. South by 13 points. Kick towards the outer wing, knocked down. North front and centre, get the kick high from Clark. Coming in Davies, couldn't quite take it. Munyard will come up with it for the Panthers, bangs it back towards 50. Bennett knocked it down. Coming through to lend some support there, her Panther teammate. In Charlton, umpire's whistle is gone. It's coming back here a free. And Howe will take it for North Adelaide at defensive 50. We've gone 7.5 minutes in this third quarter, and it's a 13-point lead to the Panthers.
So Kendall Howe, former Glenelg player, a girl from Port Lincoln. The kick's now towards centre wing, but it's in the hands of South Adelaide. Wright will kick towards half forward, but chopping it off and taking a nice defensive mark for the Roosters. Look to be the player out there in Sampson. So Sampson, in fact, it might have just been another girl. We'll pick that up shortly. Coming now looking for Castle. She soccers it off the ground as far as though Gore for South Adelaide. The kick to the front position there, marked by the captain in Buchanan. The hand pass releases a teammate. Gore can run inside 50. Great defensive work. Good effort by Munyard. She got the footy, kicks towards goal, dribbled along the ground. Munyard follows up nicely, spins out of the would-be tackler. Fades the hand pass, kicks towards goal and through the hands of Kirk. So a real good individual effort from Hannah Munyard. A minor score, the result though for South Adelaide. So they move to 3-4-22. North 1-2-8. We've travelled 8.5 minutes. And one player, Rachel Killian, just wanted to touch on for North Adelaide, hasn't had much of an impact tonight. We know she's a good player. I'll speak of the Roosters defender in Amber Ward. Certainly hasn't had the impact so far like she did last week. Yeah,
she had a tremendous game last week, along with Erica Greek. Probably haven't noticed her quite as much this afternoon, but you know, there's still time. Yeah. There's still time for her to get involved. So.
Copley banged it on the boot for South Adelaide, went to the outer wing, rolled out of bounds. North's goal scorer, Daniel, will take the free. She goes backwards to Ellis at half-back. Ellis bangs it away, looking towards the outer wing, over the head of the pack, past Brockhurst. Handball came out towards Perry there for North Adelaide. She was ridden into the ground. Gore banged it on the boot, and this one will go out of play, and I think will result in a free kick out here to Erica Greek for North Adelaide. Last possession out of bounds rule. Greek wasting no time, going towards half forward. Willis was up, couldn't complete the mark. Kavoris pushed out of it. Willis off the ground, but taking a saving mark down there is Wright for the Panthers at half-back right. As she kicks down the outer wing, looking for Kavoris. Almost completed a very good mark, Xenia. Couldn't quite pull it in. Another chance for the Roosters as Davies was tackled to ground. Couldn't get a toe on it. Campbell head over the footy, fighting for possession against her Rooster opponent. Umpire letting things go. It comes out now. Kavoris. Her kick didn't go far under pressure. Ground level, knocking it out there was Eichner. The Panthers a chance now. Quick little kick back towards the middle. Just toe poking it forward there. South Adelaide. Bennett was good. Picked it up after getting it from Brockhurst and kicks inside 50 where the umpire's whistle has gone.
Downfield.
It's downfield free to the Panthers, and it's going to go the way of Jess Kirk. So important moment in this game. South by 14 points. 10.5 gone third term, and Kirk has the free. About 30 out straight in front. She is a goal scorer. And this would be a game-high lead if she kicked it of 20 points for the Panthers. All eyes on Jess Kirk. She takes her time, steadies, and now comes in for the shot, gets close to the player on the market, drifts across the face. Still in for the Panthers. Bennett working very hard, tried to hook it back for something sensational. Out of bounds, off hands. Boundary throw in forward pocket for South Adelaide. They lead by 14 points. We've gone 11 minutes in this third quarter. Plenty of action still to come in the Sandford W League Grand Final for 2019.
Jess Kirk, back after 10 years of soccer with a season of footy this year. And an opportunity for her to kick a goal as the ball's at the top of the goal square for the Panthers down there at the northern end. Kirk involved again. She's taken in a tackle, scrambling in the goal square. The Roosters' defence, and the umpire's called for a stoppage. Ward picks herself up off the deck, so a dangerous position there for the North defence rather. They should try and scramble it through, and rushing it through for a minor score was the aforementioned Ward. So a point there to the Panthers. They're 3-5-23. South Adelaide, North 1-4-8. And the ball will be kicked in for the Roosters. And it looks like Howe John, who's kicked to centre half back for North Adelaide.
Through the hands of Von Berto. At the back, they're getting a little handball out, was Greet towards Tynan. Hammond goes in over the top. Greet lends some support, kicks towards half forward. Sampson hooks this one back. 2-on-2 contest. At the back for the Panthers, Jarvis was good. Got it up to Smith, who kicks out towards the outer wing. And the mark taken there for the Panthers. Well taken on that outer wing by Copley. So South resist another North Adelaide attack. They lead by 15 points. Doing everything right at the moment. South Adelaide, another goal here would really please their coach Rick Watson, their supporters. Handball over the top to Bennett. Bennett's little chip kick towards 50. Out on the lead there, Charlton. Powerade Star Search winner this year. She goes inside 50, bouncing football. Campbell grabbed without it. Play on the call. Working hard there, Tahu. Shoveling out the handball was Ward. Still not able to get clean possession in these greasy conditions. Charlton, this time she'll get the free. About 35 out in the pocket. And
she did it really well there, John, because she sensed the North opponent tackling her. She just released the handball, and then Ellis, I think it was, continued on with the tackle as the rain here at ACH Group Stadium continues to bucket down, blowing right in the face of the South player Charlton.
Charlton's kick on the lead there. Tahu couldn't complete the mark in these conditions. High kick out of defence from Ward. Knocked down there from McKinnon. Off the ground, though, by the Panthers towards the outer wing. Should I say by North Adelaide, just trying to clear the zone. It goes out of play. Free kick going to come here, though, I think, or boundary thrown. No, boundary thrown it will be. On the outer wing here at Glenelg Oval. 14 gone third quarter. A 15-point lead to South Adelaide.
That was the margin at the half-time break. We have gone 14 minutes in this third term. 17-minute flat quarters in the Sandford W as McKinnon won the hit out unopposed for South Adelaide. Like Hawson there getting a boot to ball. Good tackle from Tynan. Spills in the direction there of Davies. A little slippery with the footy. A cake of soap it is, but Kavoris was clean. Gives it back now to a teammate, Hammond. Kick around the body to half forward. First to it, Bennett. She couldn't take it. Spots a teammate in the form of Munyard, but a socket kick was intercepted. North's defence really desperate. Bennett does beautifully well to follow up. Also in there, Hawson applies a tackle on Alchwager. South just push it forward, weight of numbers. Ellis there for the Roosters, but well done by the Panther player in Charlton. She wanted the footy more. She's wrapped up in a tackle, and the umpire will call for a ball up, and she's certainly got a talented future ahead of her. Tia Charlton, Rachel, a very, very promising young girl.
Yeah, she's only 16, I think.
Yep.
Correct. Yeah, she's a very young footballer, but she's certainly got fantastic foot skills as well as that sort of evasive play. She's been a really valuable forward for South Adelaide this year. 8 disposals and 2 goals in the second semi, as John Nankerville mentioned. Still in year 12 at Tatachilla High, as the Panthers will still go inside attacking. 50, Munyard couldn't quite take it cleanly. A whistle's gone, and a free kick going to go the way of Hannah Munyard. North opponent just hanging on. She's probably too far out to score. Looks like Britt Perry on the mark at about 45 out. In fact, it might be Greet on the mark, but nonetheless, it's Munyard
It's a wobbly kick towards the top of the goal square. Great intercept mark taken by Nicole Colley. She stood strong for the Roosters, and she'll relieve defensively from about 30 metres. We've just gone 16 minutes in the third term.
A minute to go, third quarter. Colley with the ball. Comes out here towards half back. Davies through her hands, right, took it, barges away. High kick. Back towards the hot spot, knocked down. Where are the Crummers? Off the ground, a chance for the Panthers, and they get it through Charlton. Though something out of nothing goals. We had one in the second term to Tahu, on that occasion to Charlton. They've been so dangerous, it's making it work for them, South Adelaide. And again, we'll see them probably get the final goal of the third term here. Rachel, and that goal first of the quarter thanks to Balfour's, making people happy since 1853. Probably see them get the final goal of the third term. 3 times that's happened now, Rachel, where they've kicked the final goal of each quarter.
Yeah, look, in that case, they've had it in their forward 50 for so long. You expect something to happen, maybe a little bit of a lapse in North Adelaide's defensive pressure there. And yeah, look, she found the space really well and took the opportunity.
So now it's going to be very difficult for North Adelaide to get themselves back in the contest. 21-point game high advantage for the Roosters. We're back in the middle, and on this occasion it will be a free kick going the way of North, and it will be through Britt Perry. Her kick inside attacking 50 as the siren sounds to end the third term. And we see South Adelaide, their 4 goals, 5-29, leading North 1 goal, 2-8. We'll give you those goal kickers and we'll get some stats and comments from Rachel Killian. And the goal kickers for the Panthers. 2 to Indy Tahu, singles then in budget order to Tamara Page and Tia Charlton. The beautiful soccer off the ground late there in the third term. And those goal kickers, tomorrow's solutions today. While the sole goal kicker for the Roosters came in the second term, it was a much needed one, but it's all they've had since, and that was through Lauren Daniel, number 9. And their goal kickers for the Roosters, thanks to Copy World Toshiba, office printers, multifunction printers, network solutions and more. And it is, as I say, three-quarter time, a 21-point advantage to the Panthers.
Nobody's gonna stop us. No, no, no. We won't give up. We won't give up. We won't give up. We won't take down. We won't take down. We won't give up. We won't give up.
Unfortunately, their names up on the scoreboard have been blown away by the windy conditions, so we've only got South on the scoreboard, North up there as well, of course. And your final caller to get us underway in this last term, John Nankerville.
It's always a worry. The name board blows away as the Roosters pushing towards half forward. Reynolds it will be. High kick and a lob just inside 50. Umpire's whistle is gone. Going to come back here. Vomberto standing the mark and a free kick to the Panthers deep in their defensive 50 arc. So North started positively, but it's going to be South Adelaide to bring it out towards half back. Wright thought about going. Greet stayed down, was spoiled at the last minute. Ball knocked out. Quick kick from Sampson inside 50 for North. They need to get something going and they need to get a goal early, the Roosters, to be any sort of a chance, as Copley for the Panthers pressured their ball over the line. And there'll be a throw-in left half forward for North, right half back for the Panthers. Positive start for the Roosters as the footy comes in. Kavoris for South Adelaide, a chance to take it and take it away. She does so well. Kicks towards half forward for South Adelaide. Ball in dispute close to the line. The Panthers, though, going inside 50. Kirk there, knocked down. Eichner over the footy. Couldn't quite pick it up. North paddling it out. Another chance for Kirk. Picks it up, bangs it on the boot, hooks it back to the top of the goals. Page Kraft lurking. Can anyone get a soccer? Page at ground level. Couldn't quite pick it up. Ball knocked back to the goal square. North desperately thump it through. South 4-6-30. North 1-8. Red Arc Solutions scoreboard. 22 points now, the margin in favour of the Panthers. We've gone a minute in this final term.
So the Roosters will take it from the kick out, running at full measure and taking advantage of the new rules. It was the player in Howe. Her kick, though, only down the throat of an opponent in McKinnon. She couldn't take it cleanly. Dispossessed off the footy was Munyard. It spills in the direction, though, of Reynolds. She takes the mark, plays on, gets a very good shepherd from her teammate Ellis. And the kick there, looking for her teammate in Greek, intercepted nicely down there by the South player, rather, in Brown. So Alana Brown spots up her teammate Kavoris. 2 kicks from goal. Xenia Kavoris, a very talented young lady, an athletics background, kicks the ball inside, attacking 50. Down there looking for Kraft, it spills through her fingers. Now picking it up there, looking for Page. Ball ricochets back out in the direction there of Charlton. Her class, she throws it on the boot. Don't tell me she's kicked the ripper. Goal of the day to Tia Charlton, her second on the night. And I think the Panthers might be home. That is very difficult now for South. They go to 5-6-36, North 1-2-8. I've been waiting all night to say it, but a very classy goal from a very classy player, Rachel Killian.
Oh, look, Tia Charlton, she's a tremendous talent. She knows exactly where the goals are. And, oh, no, wait, they went through a point.
Oh, hello. Must have been touched off the boot, so we got all excited. And we'll have to take that back. So rewind, a kick out now from the Roosters. Goes in the direction there of Reynolds. She soccers it off the ground, and it should go over the boundary line. We can reset. No, it's still in play. Couldn't quite take it cleanly. Greet. A kick comes out now looking for a teammate, intercepted there by McKinnon through the fingers of Kavoris. The slippery ball as the rain continues. Taken, we're not in possession, and Xenia will get a free kick. John Nankerville, we got all excited, and the ball in the end was touched off the boot for a minor score.
It does happen. It does happen. We'll look down, marked in our goal sheets, and it was indeed just a point as the kick from Kavoris inside 50. Working hard, Kirk Gallio with her all the way. Keeps it in, handball backwards. Umpire's whistle is gone. It was over, and a boundary throw-in will result. So it's a 23-point lead rather than a 28-point lead to South. North hanging in there. Phil will have to keep waiting before he can call a Charlton goal as from the restart. Old Swagger knocked it down, bustling through there. Davies with the handball. Didn't find a target. Campbell had it. Well done. Shrugged off the tackle. Snaps at the goal. Bouncing football. Got to avoid everyone and go out of play. And it will be a free kick in the right back pocket to Howe, who possession-wise has been quite busy for North down in defence. She kicks a flat punt back out towards defensive 50. Off hands. Little handball came out from Daniel. Now the high kick there from the Panther player in Charlton was sharked and kicked away for North Adelaide. They get a chance here through Perry, who's tackled to ground. Play on the call. Wright did well. Got it on the boot, hooked it back towards half forward. Head over the footy, Buchanan couldn't take it. Working hard there, Eichner. Umpire letting play go, half forward for South. They'll get a kick inside 50 on this occasion. Bouncing ball. It was trapped nicely. Handball came out. Page was there. Howe, though, for North Adelaide. Knocked it back. Working hard, Kraft. But again, the Roosters will clear the zone. Only momentarily, though. Off hands. Vomberto soccers away. Bennett working hard for the Panthers. Ball worked all the way back towards the middle of Glenelg Oval. Umpires finally found a free. It's going the way of the Roosters. And it'll be taken in the end at about half back by Perry.
So Britt Perry in the middle of ACH Group Stadium at the edge of the cricket wicket area. Kick wasn't a good one, but it fell into the hands of Davies. The Roosters go inside 50. A diving attempted mark from Boltrop. She had a quiet night. Taps it though to the advantage of a teammate. Can she get involved? Gives it back now to her teammate Sampson. She spins out of trouble in the falling rain. The kick towards the pocket and attempted mark taken there by Daniel. And she got a fingertip to it in the end to effect a spoil over the boundary line as the rain blowing in sideways, coming off the coast, continues to fall. So we've gone about 6.5 minutes in this final term, the 2019 Sandfield W Statewide Super Women Leagues Grand Final. It's 4-7-31 South, North 1-8. Ball hot in the goal square. Attempted mark there from Castle. Gets it back to Baltrop. Her kick was partially smothered. Ricochets back in the Sampson direction. Von Berto with an attempt off the ground. Not the full 15. Play on. The umpire call. South's defence calm under pressure. Gives it to Gore over the top there, looking for Munyard, but she was taken in a wonderful tackle. And it should be rewarded with a free kick. Now Von Berto, playing advantage, pops it to the goal square, looking for Daniel. South have numbers. North there, though, through Baltrop. She can't pick it up cleanly. That soccer background sees her tap it to her advantage. She goes again. Well done by Castle. Gets a hand pass out to the voice of Von Berto. South's defence do well again, though. A fingertip from right. Still in play. Well done, though, by the Panthers' defence. Coming back, though, is Ellis. She can't take it cleanly. Hard up against the line. Munyard does well. Ball still in play. And eventually over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in about 55 from goal. It is South 4-7-31, North 1-2-8. We've travelled 7.25 minutes here on the Digital Pass Stanfield statewide W Grand Final. Your coverage is with John Nankerville.
One down by McKinnon. The Roosters got a handball out, but it was slapped back there by Buchanan. Another chance for Ellis. Bangs it on the boot, back inside 50. Von Berto takes the mark. Is this the chance North have been fighting so hard for? Von Berto played on early. She's going to go back and take this one. Just assess her options. Can she get the distance from 30 out? She seems confident enough. No, now she'll go with the pass. Bouncing football coming out to meet at Brockhurst. One of the unsung heroes of the Panther defence. Umpire calls play on. Again, Von Berto in there working hard. High, up and under kick. Waiting underneath it there was Baltrop, couldn't take the mark. Free to North Adelaide. Perry it is, wasting no time. Lead there for the Roosters. Sampson couldn't complete the mark. Another chance, high kick back towards the top of the goals. Castle 2 to beat, knocked away from her. Chance again for Baltrop, handball to Ellis, snaps at the goal. Almost a mark of the Panthers, they have the numbers. Campbell trying to bust her way through. Castle working hard there for North, but the Panthers pushing it away. Oh, big, heavy body collision. Close to the line. Now it goes out. Not touched, yes, touched. Lucky for South. Throw in, right forward pocket for North Adelaide. We've gone 8.5 minutes in this fourth quarter. Still a commanding lead to South Adelaide. But a goal here to North might change that as the hurried kick goes forward. Handball came out. Chance for Allen. Allen kicks but misses to the left. Opportunity goes begging for the Roosters. South 4-7-31. North 1-3-9 as we're 9 minutes into this final term.
Yeah, Rachel, if Paige Allen could have kicked that goal there, it could have really got the Roosters back in the contest.
Yeah, look, I think it probably would have made a bit of a difference. Look, North they haven't given up in this contest, that's for sure. They're really pushing forward and a bit unlucky there, I think.
So Smith will take the kick out for the Panthers. She'll come to this broadcast side. Ellis there to attempt to spoil. McKinnon brings the ball down to ground level, trying to attempt a kick off the ground there and effectively through Ellis. Coming in towards half forward. Should be a free to the Panthers. And it's going to be a high tackle against North Adelaide. Elka Jarvis putting her head over the footy. Copping one over the shoulder there. So she's recovered from that earlier leg injury in the third term. And Jarvis, defensive 50. Will kick to centre wing on this broadcast side. Ball spills through the pack. Howe there for South Adelaide, as is Ward. She's had a very quiet night today, Amber Ward. Ball spills now in the direction for South's Brown. She's wrapped up immediately in a tackle. So right in front of the interchange bench. A good view of it on the digital pass. Phil Aspinall, John Nankerville and Rachel Killian, your commentary team. We've gone 10 minutes in this final term. 7 minutes of play left to determine the Premier of 2019. It's South Adelaide now who'll go forward. The hand pass came out from the Panthers. Will go now towards Eichner for North Adelaide. A great attack on the footy. She hit the ball hard, but a brilliant tackle in the end. And what a great highlight there from Tahu. And probably tackle of the night, Rachel Killian from Indy.
Yeah, definitely. That was a pretty hard collision there, and she's got the free kick.
So Tahu now off the right boot, kicks towards half forward, looking down there for Kirk. She can't get to the contest. A big hit on Tynan. Could have been a free there for the Roosters co-captain. Kavoris does well to keep it in the area. Voice spills out in the direction, and a throw has been called. The South player looking for a teammate with a hand pass, but it was a throw in the end, the decision from the umpire, and it will come back to Amber Ward, and the free kick will go the way of the Roosters player Ward, who spent some time with the SA under-18s, and the girl from Broadview will relieve defensively for the Roosters, John.
Named in the Team of the Year, Ward's kick towards Allen. Good contest at ground level. Handball came out. Elliston a barge through for North. Unsuccessful. Play goes on. Chance now for Eichner. North Adelaide still going, still fighting. Barreled past Sampson. Brzezinski at half-back for the Panthers. Has it held in there by Perry, and the umpire watching closely. Oh, well, I thought it might have been being held in. He's a lot closer than I am. Perry gets the free. Perry, high ball inside 50, looking for Baltrop. Right with her there is Pratt, who's happy to see it over for a throw-in. 22 points the margin as we're just about to hit the 12-minute mark of this final quarter, so 5 minutes left in the season. What can North do? They need to go a couple very quickly if possible.
The ball thrown back into play over the two ruckman. Good work in there from the North player in Davies. She spins out of traffic, kicks towards the top of the goal square. Got a nice relieving mark taken by South Adelaide. We'll come to this broadcast side looking for Brown. She gets to the fall of the ball and takes the mark in front of Ellis. So Brown, former red leg as John said, wearing the helmet. The rain teeming down here at ACH Group Stadium. 2019 Statewide Super Women's League's Grand Final. As Brown will kick towards centre wing. A lot of numbers around the ball. Spills out in the direction of Alschwager, the former Australian netballer. Inside 50 now goes the kick from Castle. South defence doing well again as they've done all night. Tahu, I think, down there takes the kick. Gives it now to a teammate in McKinnon. And Montana's taken the mark backward of centre on this broadcast side. 4-7-31 South. North Adelaide 1-3-9. We've travelled 13 and a half minutes in this final term. The kick towards half forward, looking there for a teammate through the fingers of the South player. Bennett there for the Panthers. Can't keep it in and just runs through the open gate and into the crowd. Well, it must be said, Rachel, they've stuck around despite the conditions, and probably not as many here as when the ball bounced, but still a healthy crowd nonetheless for the grand final.
No, there's still some people hiding out, probably under a bit of cover here in the grandstand, but there's also quite a few people still around the ground, and they're putting up with the weather right to the final siren.
As the Panthers go inside 50 again, though, North rebound. Collie, the quick kick coming through. Brockhurst, though, bangs it back inside 50 all the way. Going to bounce, roll, out of play, right back pocket. North will get the free kick. They bring it back into 50. Good mark, Allen. She's away and running. Bangs it back towards half-back. Bouncing football out of side. Perry trapped it nicely for North. Goes towards half-forward. Sampson was there. Jarvis head over the footy. Sampson barrels through. Gets the footy at 50. Hooks back towards Fitzridge for North Adelaide. She bangs it on the boot. High kick. Brockhurst probably could have flown for the mark. Double fisted it down. She's going to get the free anyway because she was met heavily there by Baltrop. So the free kick will come the way of Gore. It is, in fact, pardon me. Courageous stuff there from Nikki Gore. And she has time to settle things down for the Panthers as she kicks out wide towards half-back. And the Panthers come up with the footy in the pouring rain on the outer wing. They've done well, South Adelaide. Worked hard. And it looks like they will secure back-to-back flags in the Sandford W League. As the kick towards the outer wing over everyone's head. Ball bouncing, rolling, out of play for a throw-in. So we have just over a minute to go in this grand final, and South by 22 points as here comes the rain and here comes Phil Aspinall.
So McKinnon now for South Adelaide. The kick from Reynolds didn't find a teammate. McKinnon will go to half forward. Great work from Bennett. Throws it on the left boot. Kicks it inside 50, looking for Kirk. Well done by Gallio. The hand pass, though, was a good one from South Adelaide. It came from Kraft, but in the end, holding the ball, the decision in the player for the Panthers in Page, taken in a tackle. Well done by the North player, as the rain is absolutely teeming down here at ACH Group Stadium. So it's not going to be too fun for the girls with their presentations afterwards, but North with the footy goes to that outer side half-back flank. Brett Perry couldn't take the mark. In fact, yeah, it was Perry. It dropped the mark in these heavy, heavy conditions. Pawson got it from Bennett. She was dispossessed in the tackle. Socket off the ground, desperate for North Adelaide. Taken in a tackle there was Nuns. Ball comes out in the end. Well done by South Adelaide. Hammond takes it cleanly. She then dropped the footy, socketed off the ground to her own advantage, looking for Tahu. She wasn't clean in these conditions either. She's trying to tap it to her own advantage, looking for a teammate out there in Munyard. She couldn't quite get it. Comes back in the direction of Brockhurst. She'll soccer it off the ground. Follows up nicely, does Brockhurst, but well done by the North player in Davies, probably one of their best players this evening. Ball spills out in the direction there of Fittridge. I thought could have been taken high. Good intercept from the Panthers through Campbell. She'll go inside attacking 50. The rain absolutely teeming here at Glenelg. And Kraft and Gallio see the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have a throw in. We've got about 40 seconds of play left. John Naker will bring us home. The Panthers will win back-to-back premiers, South 4-7-31, North 1-3-9.
So McKinnon and Oldswager in the ruck. Oldswager wins it down. Davies goes off the ground. That rain very heavy at the moment. Players from both sides pile in just outside the 50 of the Panthers. It's a free kick to Gore as the siren sounds. And South Adelaide are the premiers in the Sandful W Statewide Super League for 2019. Congratulations as they win back-to-back flags. The Panthers are delirious, and so they might be. 4-7-31, North 1-3-9 on the Red Arc Solutions scoreboard. A fantastic performance by South Adelaide. North gallant in defeat in these difficult conditions, but South Adelaide with 11 scoring shots to 4, a 22-point win, and a great effort for Rick Watts and the girls as they win back-to-back flags here in the Sandford W League.
Yeah, great call at the end there, John. Well done to the Panthers and Rick Watts. The girls very, very happy in their win. Back-to-back, as you said, Chrissy Steen coached them last season. Those scores, the final ones we repeat, 4-7-31 South Adelaide, North Adelaide 1-3-9. Stick with us throughout the final bit of the digital pass. We'll hang around for all the presentations. It was South by 6 points at quarter time, the Panthers by 15 at the half, 21 points at three-quarter time, and ran out victors by 22 points. Goal kickers for both sides. For the Panthers, Tahu with 2, Charlton and Page with 1 apiece. Those goal kickers for the two sides.
Go harder in the paint. Give it all before I give up. I was born to be a great. I was made to be a winner. Never fall, I never break. Risk it all, I'm not a quitter. I was born to be a great. I was made to be a winner.